Baldur's Gate 3 is a top-notch RPG, the best of the year, but it has a quirk that just doesn't sit right with me. A cheeky little something called Save Scumming, where Baldur's Gate 3 players are leaving their scum stains all over the gaff. For those unsure what this is, Save Scumming is when you keep hitting that quick save button, like playing poker with a magical do-over button, where if a conversation in-game works against you, you just simply reload it all up again. The outcome is that it feels like you're cheating on Margot Robbie, in that this glorious game doesn't deserve your filth. Now, if only Save Scumming existed in an argument with my wife. So buckle into your seats, get yourself a cuppa, and let's have a chat. I'm balls deep in Baldur's Gate 3 for a good 50 hours now, and let me say, it's like diving into a treasure chest the size of a dragon's hoard. The sheer size of it is immense, and yeah, that's what she said. But hold on to your knickers, because I ain't ready to spill the beans on my final verdict just yet, so keep them eyes peeled for the full review on this very channel. Now, in those 50 hours, I've been traipsing through a realm of pure gaming bliss, but let's not kid ourselves. Even a shining knight has got a chink in the armour, and for Baldur's Gate 3, it's what we affectionately call Save Scumming. So Baldur's Gate 3 is like a never-ending chatterbox marathon. You're chatting up a storm, having more conversations than a parrot in a marketplace. And those conversations are like a bloody maze. Take a step left, you get one result. Take a step right, and it's a whole new tale unfolding before your very eyes. Now here's where it gets interesting, lads. Those outcomes are sussed out by your very own character traits. So for me, my very own Reggie, she ain't no pushover. No, she's a crafty little cow, this one. I got points stacked up in charisma, sleight of hand, and deception. You see, running a proper gang takes more than just being a wet blanket. And so Reggietta, she's very much after my own heart here. And here's the twist. You pick your line in the conversation, and up pops a 20-sided die. Based on your conversation selection, you'll be asked to roll the die to hit a number. If you hit a certain threshold, for example, you roll higher than a 10, you succeed in the conversation, and it continues with yet more branches. But if you miss the number, you foul the conversation. So if your luck's about as good as a one-legged cat trying to bury its shit on a frozen pond, well, this game might not be for you. But here's where those character traits come into play. Say you've got the gift of the gab, your character is all charismatic, or you're sneaky as a fox in a henhouse. Those traits ain't just for show, they're like the seasoning for the upcoming dice toss. In essence, they add additional numbers to your final roll in the hope it puts you over the threshold for succeeding. If your roll ends up a bigger flop than a Rapinoe penalty, then things can take a wild turn and go pear-shaped like a date with Joseph Fritzl. You might miss out on a reward, a handy favour, or worse yet, you could end up having a brawl on your hands where a whole camp suddenly starts giving you a proper slap. So what's a savvy gamer to do? Well, it's off to the reload screen, my friends. Yep, you heard me. You shimmy on back to the start of a conversation, give it another go, and keep doing the dance of the dice until it finally winks at you with that winning number. Sometimes you might reload and go through the same conversation 7 or 8 times until you get what you need. You almost feel like a stalker of a love crush. That's right, my darling. Reggie will get you soon enough. I just have to keep on trying, no matter what the universe is telling me. Now, I'll tell you straight, I've got no quarrel with the little roll of the dice when you're waltzing on the wild side. If your skills ain't up to scratch, then fair play. The game's telling you, oi sunshine, you're pushing your luck, why don't we just roll this one out? And you know what? I'm all for that. It's like stepping into a high stakes poker game with a pair of deuces. You're taking a gamble, and that's the nature of the beast. But here's where my feathers get ruffled. You've put in the graft, you've honed your skills sharper than Johnny Two Shoes' knife, and yet you're still playing a game of chance. I mean, think about it. You've turned your character into a proper legend, a bona fide master of mischief, and yet every time you make a decision, you're tossing a coin like some kind of back alley gambler. It's like you're dressing up for a night at the theatre, all fancy and dapper, and just as you're about to take your seat, someone tells you to flip a coin to see if you can even watch the bloody show. And don't even get me started on the fact that everything, and I mean every bloody thing here, is tied to this dice game. Disarm a trap, pick a lock, have a casual chat, it's all a bloody game of chance. Sometimes in Baldur's Gate 3 the choices seem as clear as a Cockney accent in a London pub, and you're thinking, no sweat, I got this, my character build should mean I have this conversation branch good to go. But then, bloody hell, the dice gods roll against you, and frustration slaps you Will Smith style. At the start of Baldur's Gate 3, I was all prim and proper, didn't reload once in the first 5 hours, but soon enough, bad luck started raining down on my parade. Now I've gone and keybound the quick save button to my actual mouse, a first ever in my gaming life, because I'm simply spamming it like there's no tomorrow. To add some balance to this argument though, first and foremost, this is a Reggie problem, innit? I've chosen this path, so this choice is on me, lads. Some of you lot watching probably just take whatever hand the dice deals you in conversations, having a right old laugh. But for us gamblers, the ones who want to win big, we're drawn into this save scumming like a pit bull to a cat sanctuary. And here's the other bit, it's a testament to the clever sods at Larian. The game design is top notch, with more options than a pub's drink menu. We've saved scum because we reckon there's always a better way, a juicier route than the random luck that it chucks at us. Now let's talk solutions, shall we? Here's my simple fix. Keep that dice rolling jig for convos, trap disarming and all that jazz. But mate, let's trim the fat a bit, shall we? Cut down on the instances and give your character a breather to have conversations take a natural flow based on their character build. The dice roll should be brought out when the decision is a proper gamble, when you're saying, oi, it's on me if this goes pear-shaped. But if I have put points to sleight of hand and a sleight of hand decision presents itself, then just let me pass it without a roll on the dice. That seems fair to me. Baldur's Gate 3 is a bloody masterpiece though, save scumming woes and all. I ain't one to buy into the hype, I don't need no previews to tell me where to spend my hard-earned cash. Blimey, everyone was bang on about this one. Can't deny it, this might just snag the Game of the Year trophy, and that ain't just me hype talking it up either. Reggie's off to pen down his full reviews, so keep them peepers peeled out for that one. Until next time, my lovelies, love to you all. Reggie out.